Hello and welcome to the East Lampeter Township Public Meeting. All participants are now informed that this meeting is being recorded. This meeting is also being offered virtually utilizing Zoom, which is a cloud-based platform for remote video and audio conferencing. The Zoom application is free to the public. The general public is therefore able to join the meeting by connection through the internet or by calling in by phone. The public is also able to observe the meeting on the Township's YouTube channel. Please continue to check the Township website calendar for any updates related to these public meetings. Agendas for these public meetings will also be available on the Township's website. Please be reminded that this meeting is being video and audio recorded and will be posted to the Township's YouTube channel for viewing. The meeting will now proceed with the chairman calling the meeting to order and identifying all other members present in the meeting room and those joining the meeting via Zoom. The chairman will then confirm those members joining by Zoom can be heard.
All right. Call to order the August 3rd meeting of the Board of Supervisors for East Lampeter Township. All supervisors are in attendance as well as our staff here. I'd ask you all to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Start our meeting. I pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. To note that prior to our meeting, we had executive session on a legal matter, and we will be following the meeting with an executive session for personnel matter. Those are the two reasons we can have those meetings. All right. So first up is public comment for non-agenda items only. Anyone from the public wish to address the board? Yes, sir. Just your name, please. Say again, please. Bill Rogers, thank you.
Sam Colson, 91 North Sour Road. We were at the last planning commission and we received approval of our subdivision plan. I thought we were going to be on the agenda tonight. I noticed we're not. That's fine. I just want to know when's the next meeting, and I want to make sure we're going to be on that agenda.
So August 17th, and we were informed that you weren't able to be here tonight.
Well, what it was I had two meetings and I canceled Laycock's because theirs is also tonight. This plan crosses the township. It's part in Laycock Township, part in East Lampeter. So I canceled their meeting and was at their meeting on the 17th to be here tonight. So I'm going to be at both meetings on the 17th. So can I be the last thing on your agenda then? So that I'll make their meeting first on the agenda and then I'll drive down here, be on your agenda then.
Or just that, then that's up to
I mean, we could try.
Okay.
Obviously, you'd have to make it. Okay.
Thanks. I'm going to be first on the agenda as soon as
Yeah.
I shut.
Yeah, we realize it's a project with both. Yeah.
We apologize.
It happened.
It's not on our agenda.
Time. So I was asking during the public comment.
Appreciate your kindness.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Anything else? Public comment? All right, we'll move to our consent agenda. Tonight we have, tonight's agenda is on that consent agenda. Also the minutes of our last meeting. We have time extensions, financial security reductions, and important invoices to pay. Have the motion
I
on
move here. Approval of the consent agenda, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
with a motion and seconded by Mr. Gallagher. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Consent agenda is passed for tonight. Next, we have old business, which we have none, and new business, we have none. So right into supervisor discussion items. We have consistently had the tow policy and false alarm fees. We have a number of pieces of that, and especially involving our ESC committee here that works with our emergency services, and we had to cancel our last meeting, so we don't have anything new.
That's correct. That's correct.
Next on supervisor discussion items are cost savings to reduce deficit spending. We've been talking about that. We talked about some of the different cost saving measures that we're considering as we're getting closer to our budget development time. Anything else to add there, Tara?
I don't think so at this point in time.
Looking forward to those meetings and hearing from our departments.
17th.
Safety issues, want to speak to that with, Chief Murray?
Absolutely. So Chief Zerby shared the crash data with the township traffic engineer for Willow Road. And we are waiting response from the township traffic engineer. He is on vacation at this time, so I don't know when he'll be back, but when he is, I'm sure he'll be taking a look at that information and giving us some information in return.
Just to note, that was initiated by some concerned citizens in that region
Yes.
from development in that area.
And then the lines on Clover Heights have been painted, and township staff and solicitor are working on the no parking ordinance for the eastern side of that roadway.
Okay, very good. Anything else to add to our discussion items from other board members? Anything new? We'll continue with those items that are on there. So action items. First, we have a hearing date for zoning ordinance text amendment for the adaptive reuse of hotels in the C2 and C3 zoning districts. Comments for that, Tara?
No comments. This is just the announcement of the hearing date and time. It was briefly discussed at the last meeting as to the potential date. The time was not announced at that point.
Safety.
That's correct.
And just make sure that's the text amendment that has the discussion of using those for housing, and with the question regarding the 500 square feet of common space. Is that the same one?
That is the same
Okay, good.
topic for discussion.
Thank you.
All right, second item, under action items, number 8 in our agenda is to approve the indemnification and hold harmless agreement for East Lampeter Township and Associated Building Inspections, LLC, with Fortune Holding LLC and their tenant, and Rosedale Capital Funding LP, owner of 2250 Lincoln Highway East.
So township staff and solicitor have been working with the property owner and their counsel, as well as the tenant, to resolve many issues surrounding this property, including construction, both interior and exterior, and work that's been completed without permits. The township solicitor has reviewed the indemnification and hold harmless agreement and has indicated that it is ready for execution by the Board of Supervisors. It was developed by the owner's attorney and but changed by the township solicitor to meet the needs of the township.
So this agreement was created by Rosedale Capital Legal,
It was created by their legal counsel.
their legal counsel, the landowner. And have they been a landowner for this property for some time?
Since 2022.
Okay. And the lessee, Fortune Holding, that's a party to this, how long have they been the lessee? Okay, so a change occurred in 2022. Who was the landowner prior to that? Because they make mention in here, the property's been several notices of violation beginning in 2018. So 4 years after those violations, what's happened?
Yes, so the prior landowner is the current tenant.
Prior, okay, the current tenant.
Is the prior landowner,
So who was the tenant at that time?
or as. the
They were both landowner and tenant. Okay, so we have a new landowner that drafted this agreement, for which our council has reviewed it and recommended the changes. And before us, we see the recommendation from our council.
I've been on the board long enough, and I would just note that I believe the township has acted in good faith with safety first in this property. We certainly want all properties that, especially on developed land, to meet the intent of what the zoning says they should be, and what we obviously would like to believe is a good addition to our township. So we have to remain vigilant. There's certainly concerns with this property. So to say this is an unusual circumstance that we believe will hold us without liability in a number of areas for this property. Any other comments from the board?
Just a question, the issuance of permits, as is noted in here, where it also holds liability, there's a requirement that inspection be done with those issues of permits. So you issue a permit because it says in exchange for the issue of these permits, which carries with it the inspection.
That's correct.
So even though it says we issue the permits and the certificate of use, it indemnifies us against any future improvements. But we may not give certificate of occupancy if the permit isn't properly.
Applied, processed and inspected.
Okay, so even though it says in exchange for the issuance of permits and the certificate of use and occupancy, which almost says we have to issue the certificate of occupancy even if the permit isn't properly inspected and finished, or is that, I'm misunderstanding that? Okay,
So upon successful completion of required inspections, correction of identified deficiencies, and upon receipt of a list of completed inspections signed by the ABI, Associated Building Inspection, the township shall have 5 days to issue a certificate of use.
so that first one covers it. The next whereas really just prevents future charges against past failures.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
I think you did, your comments there pointed out, there's still an entire occupancy permitting process to be followed.
Right.
Garrett, from what you saw, what percentage of the work has been completed with what is to be done?
I did not look at every single hotel room in that property. On the first floor where I did look, there was approximately 25% completed.
Has there been any discussion from the landowner and lessee regarding when they hope to have occupancy certification?
No.
Okay, so it's sometime in the future.
Yeah.
More than a day, less than 10 years.
That is their goal.
And one of the critical permits is the sprinkler. And that has to be for the complete building.
The
Correct.
sprinkler permit will be governed by what the inspection agency requires of them.
They installed any of the sprinkler system yet?
Have they installed it yet? Not that I'm aware of.
They finished the rooms.
Some of them, yes.
So from a sprinkler standpoint, say they only finish half of the building and that half is sprinklered. Typically, under our review process, does that give them occupancy permit for the part that's sprinklered and been properly permitted and inspected?
There can be partial occupancy.
Okay, great. Thank you.
There is a sprinkler system now, but it's outdated.
That is my understanding.
That was my understanding, I think a few years ago.
Number 9, the permit review has a misspelling, the last sentence. It should be means and methods of construction. They have new methods.
Unless that's a new understanding of a process of inspection and construction. It's a good catch.
I think that, clearly we're watching carefully. We have the township's resources behind it. It's a central property in our township, critical spot. And I think we're all going to insist that we continue with that. I think staff's done a great job of being on top of that.
I'll make a motion that we sign the hold harmless and indemnification agreement. Is there a date on that? After the modifications, revisions to the spelling.
Second by Mr. Lapp. Further discussion? I would add that I do believe we should be very specific and ask for a timeline. Can't hurt when they're operating, and I mean, it just puts us all into a better frame of mind because it sounds like these things happen without sort of a reference of time. So I realize there's things that come up, but I think that's important to hear. Any other comments about this? We all. Sure, from the.
Are you talking about the old host property or the, what's it called, the Wyndham, or is it the old host corral? The one.
Lancaster Family Resort?
It's called Lancaster Family Resort, but it's.
Oh, that's what's old host corral. So you're gonna do, because that is an eyesore, great. That's wonderful.
Directly across from.
Okay.
Just a question of process. We don't have any attestation that the individuals signing are indeed who they are, or is that? I'm thinking for both Rosnev and Fortune Holding. I mean, we have representations by them that we had no attestation. Is that typical for hold harmless agreements?
Can't answer that, Mr. Hayward.
Okay, just a question that I've known in other situations when we've done this, there's some attestation that is a person signed with that, but it just a question, I guess, counsel, we could ask counsel if it's appropriate. Great, if you see, we do have an attestation from East Lampeter, but we don't have it for the others. And so I don't know these individuals that have signed it, but we're assuming that it's indeed they're legit. Thank you.
Well, we definitely hope that. Council's on top of that. Any other discussion on this motion?
Robert, should that be done? To sign off on this, that
I leave it to our township team to work with council to address any issues if there are any. If not,
I'll modify my motion to include Roberts.
What about attestation?
Yeah.
And you're okay with that?
I'm fine with
yes,
that.
yeah, thank you, sir.
Yes.
All right. Okay with that? Okay, on the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Agreement. Item C under action item sewer planning module for Lap Electric LLC for game and storage at 2420 Game Lane.
It currently has 3 EDUs assigned to it. However, there are 5 businesses on the property, each needing 1 EDU, thus they're requesting 2 additional EDUs for a total of 5 on the property.
Chairman, I would move approval of the resolution for the addition of 2 EDUs for the electric game and storage property at 2420 Game Lane.
Second.
Mr. Hayward, initial motion. Gallagher, second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item D, approve the IRS mileage reimbursement rate of 76 cents per mile. I believe it just came out.
It did. And so previously it was 72.5 cents per mile, and the IRS recently pushed out the new figure. So that would increase it to 76 cents per mile. Now, typically, staff uses the township vehicles that are available to them. If in the rare cases that they're not, reimbursement is sought.
Change effective what date?
I believe that change was effective
Week was
last
July
week.
1st.
Month, I'm sorry, last month.
That's beginning of June?
July.
Okay, right. So I would move the approval of the increase to 76 cents per mile mileage reimbursement effective July 1st, 2026.
Motion by Mr. Hayward, second by Mr. Rutt. Any discussions? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 9, manager's report.
Ladder Pavilion construction is complete at the has been issued to the township. As time permits, public works staff will be constructing the picnic tables that will be housed underneath the pavilion there. And then the naming of the pavilion will be something that the board will take up at the next meeting on August 17th. Given that the funding has come from Clark Associates, there may be consideration provided to a name associated.
Tara, who is exploring name options? Are you looking to talk to them about what Clark Associates might want?
Yes.
Okay, great. Would they want the Associates Family Pavilion? That's a joke. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Are you okay if I move forward? Then the DEP audit report was received at the very end of last week. That's where DEP came on site. They inspected all of our paperwork, all of our documentation, all of our process, our SOPs, inspected our buildings, and then went out and inspected some of the pollution reduction projects that have occurred here in the township, as well as best management practices on private projects. The report in and of itself was a very good report for the township. They noted that we need to include latitudes and longitudes in our outfalls and BMPs, because apparently we only had it listed for a few. And we need to update with the current owner of those BMPs.
and who would do that? Calculations, latitude, longitude, I mean, our consultants that we already use,
That can be done on the software program that the township uses.
so very minor.
Yes,
items.
very.
Nice work to the township.
Please extend to the team appreciation for a good report.
Anything else, Tara?
Nothing further.
Okay, this is the second opportunity for public comment on agenda items only. Any comments? Sure.
Fine, Mrs. Cody.
Kind of had to do with the pavilion. So I was one of the groups, part of the group that came here in December against the location of the pavilion. Still don't agree with the location of the pavilion, but it's a beautiful pavilion, great, looks nice, the people were doing their job. I must say, it's a bummer to know that pavilion in your house, but but I do still want to address the baseball issue, with their storage shed. And I've gone to every park and rec meeting, and I feel when I talk to these people and they just look at it, so I usually just talk to the guy that's. But anyway, they have been painted. They painted 3 of the 4 sides on each of the sheds. It's a horrible paint job. My 10-year-old, I don't have a 10-year-old, but I could have done better with my non-dominant hand. But I'm just asking, can you just, I mean, I've been to a lot of parks, with Lampeter Park, beautiful park. They do nice storage facilities for their teams. They store their equipment. We still had, I don't know what you would call it, the thing that you put in front of like the pitcher when they're doing batting practice. That's just out there. You're mowing people. Your guys have to mow around it, or they get off and they move it. I mean, that takes time. I mean, I don't understand why they can't put it away. They haven't played a baseball game there since June. They still have like the things that outline the
It's the batter's cage.
batter's cage, the batter's box. They're just hanging up, they're just leaning up against the fence. Like, well, I mean, I would be concerned that somebody would take them, but they don't seem to keep them properly. Anyway, I've talked to the parks people, went up to them, that they say they don't really, they do what they want, nobody enforces it. So I'm like, can you put in their next agreement that they have to at least take care of the grounds? I mean, I've seen the agreement. There's nothing in there except they only have to maintain the infield. I don't know, again, I say it's a gorgeous park, it's well maintained, and then I look at that. And I don't know if you have ever gone to look at it, but please do. I mean, to paint 3 of the 4 sides because they're too close together. I mean, you have to be pretty skinny to go in and do that, but still, they didn't even take down the old scoreboard. They just kind of painted around it. It's just, in my mind, it just reflects badly on you guys the park and rec people and park itself. It's a gorgeous park. And add to that the pavilion, I'm hoping it gets a lot of use and, you know, it generates some revenue for you, help you get you out of that, budget deficit spending or whatever. But anyway, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
your time tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. One question for you. Have you said you mentioned this issue to the Parks Board? And what has their response typically been?
For policy always says, waiting up to black and not be friendly for you probably report this day. I did, which they, like I said, three of the four sides, it's paint, there's paint splattered on the trim. They haven't addressed, like, they didn't address the raw wood. They just painted over it. We just gotta keep on. It's just, I don't know. I know their budget. Relatively works with that organization. They have the money, they could have done that. And just, I wish there was some teeth from, like, you to say, you know, maintain your stuff. I mean, I know, yeah.
Okay, you've answered my question. Thank you.
Okay, closing out our agenda, we have budget guidance workshop on Monday, August 17th. That's at 3:30. Where we will have our department leaders here to talk about various aspects of our budget. Next regular meeting Monday, August 17th at 7. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. And we're going to executive session.